Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. You are always most welcome. Today, a brand new toolkit from ICM. Now then, it's figures this time. Now if you follow the channel, many of you will have seen my variety of figures, Luftwaffe ground crew, in various guises, like some of them in sort of summer clothes and some in winter clothes, from ICM at 1/48 scale. Today though we've got some 1/35 scale World War II German Army military medical personnel. I took one look at this and I thought, I really am a big fan of ICM's figures. Them and Tamiya for me are my favourites apart from resin, and I prefer not to work with resin when I can. So as soon as I saw this coming up on ICM's forthcoming presentations, I said, yes please, can we have a look at that? It's only a small kit, retails at about £11 to £12 in the UK, just come out, brand new tool. Let's take a look. So it's a slightly grim subject, I know, but but it's something that's kind of for dioramas. It's something you could really use and have lots of for very little money you can get some real great use out of these figures, I suspect. So you've got a wounded soldier on the ground. In this case, looks like he's got a big lump of shrapnel on his leg, being tended to by what looks like a doctor. You've got an orderly here with a drip, and another medic here is helping the doctor. So on the side you can see those figures sort of shown sort of individually: the guy with the drip, the doctor, the patient, the soldier that's been injured, and then the one that's assisting. So given the excellence of ICM's moulding on figures, I thought it was really something. I know that a lot of my viewers and subscribers like aeroplanes. I've said this before, me too. Aeroplanes are the favourite subject by far. In fact, when I monitor the view ratings of kit reviews, aeroplanes are number one, no question whatsoever. Closely followed by, not that closely though, followed by armoured vehicles, and then cars, and then it just sort of falls off a cliff really, starts showing boats and things, and figures, people sort of lose interest. But that's because people are very, I've said this before many times, people are very frightened to tackle figures. I'm not a great figure painter. I'm in the Flory Forum, and we've got one of the Flory team is Matt Ball, and he's probably one of the best figure painters I've seen, really, that I know anyway. He's brilliant. But don't let that put you off. I said it before, don't worry about it too much. It's the eyes that put people off. In fact, somebody gave me some, you may have read this, one of the viewers gave me a tip, and here's a tip, I'll pass it on. And he said, if you're going to do the eyes, because I was saying, if you're really struggling, you can't do eyes, it's such a hassle, and they never come out quite as you would want. So either A, do what I do and don't bother with the eyes at all. Now at 48 scale and smaller, it's really not a problem because you can barely see them anyway. 35th and bigger gets more of an issue. But what this other gentleman said was, what you do is you do a vertical stroke for the eye pupil, for the eyeball. You put for the pupil, you do a vertical stroke, two little blue or green or whatever, just very fine vertical strokes, and then work around the outside to put the white in. Don't try and do white and then put a perfect dot eyeball. You'll struggle to do that. And he said it's much easier, and a lot of the professional models do that as well. So there's just a tip I'm passing on. I'm not the expert here, but he sounded like he knew what he was talking about, and I thought, I'll take that on board, I'll have a go. So, here you go, a brand new toolkit. It's £12 or less. You can buy that. It's very affordable. You can have a play around with them and just try, experimenting. So anyway, without further ado, let's have a look. Why not? Let's see if I can get into the box a bit better this time. You'll notice that I've gone all youthful looking again. No grey beard or no ginger moustache like we had before. To be honest with you, it wasn't so much the grey beard that was the problem. It was too hot. We've had this hot weather in the UK, and the beard got all witchy and blah. Anyway, enough of that. So I've gone back to being youthful again. Right, there we go. So let's have a look at these figures. Again, like patented gloves help me to get access to the box without any nonsense. There we are. Straight in, you see. Now you know why I wear them. Oh, okay. So there isn't a great deal. There's 3 sprues, it looks like. We've got olive green as the recommended paint. So let's let's have a look at the instructions. It's going to be very straightforward. Now, I will just say this, I noticed this on the other figures a few weeks ago with the Chevy truck, that the instructions on the figures maybe not as comprehensive as they might be from ICM, if I'm really honest. But let's have a look at what they're showing us anyway. So we've got the sprue map, and there's only 2 major sprues. So you've got the figures on one side, and then the other's got all their equipment, really, including some heavy weapons. Hey, now I didn't know there's no mention of that on the outside. You've got a weapons sprue. Hey, that's fantastic. That's a bonus I wasn't expecting. It's got a Schmeiser MP40. You've got an NG34, is it? Helmets. A rifle, Mauser rifle. That's really cool. So these are all the weapons that they must have thrown down to tend to the wounded colleague. So here we've got, and this is what I was saying, it doesn't really show you putting them together that comprehensively. It just shows a figure and then tells you what each of the part numbers are and what the colours are. Okay, I mean, it's nice and colourful and everything for the colours, for the colour call out, that's good. But I would have liked to have seen a little bit more information. And this is the same as the other one. I can't recall on the 1/48 scale ones that I've got whether they were more in depth. Probably not, actually. Probably not. You know, Tamiya shows you how to assemble them and how to position their arms. And with this, you've got to just use that as a reference and sort of find your own way to make it look right, I suppose. Not a major problem. So here's our 4 men. So I think that's it really. So let's just. There's not much to this kit. I've got to say it's a bit short review, this one. So let's have a look what we've got. My shortest reviews of the year, this is going to be, I think. So we've got basically, get this one out of the way, this little baby sprue with machine gun belt with all the machine gun bullets on it. But I'll tell you something, this is quite impressive. Let's get the 20 zoom on it and you can see the definition of those bullets is very, very good. Isn't that nice? You can definitely see the individual bullets here at this end, can't you? It's very clear. That's nice. I like that. That's good. Then we've got the men. I'll try and give you. Now these are nice, and don't forget this is brand new tool. This is a new product. So here we go. We've got somebody's knee, and then we've got their arms. A little tiny bit of flash on that seam, I've got to say. Here, if you can make this out. A little flashy on the edge. Can you see it? That just wants taking care of. Just a quick scrape with a knife would probably remove that, to be fair. But they do get very nice sharp relief, things like their faces. So let's have a look at these faces. There we go. There's 2 of them. Some good detail on those hands as well. That's really nicely done. The creases and the jackets and things just looks sublime. That's really excellent. You've got all the different little military pouches that they carry. More hands here. And then we've got their legs, trousers, shoes, boots, tunic, or lower tunic. Again, the creasing is very nicely done. Sorry, that's it. I'm looking at the wrong one then. There's the upper torso, both of them. Turn it around so you can see the back. It's nice, isn't it? And then, as I say, you've got these legs and the boots. And the creasing in the trousers is really, really well done, I've got to say. Then we've got, this is I think this is the wounded man. Just trying to see where his leg is, which is the one, yeah, there's the leg, this is the wounded leg. Oh dear. And this is the wounded man, he's legless. More legless than me when I've been on the Cabernet Sauvignon, which I haven't been on today. This is another morning shoot today, so all I've been drinking is coffee so far. So far. And again, this is the actual doctor himself. Let the camera get focused on it. There we go. They're nice, aren't they? Yeah, nice detail. And then this is a load of like carrying straps for, I presume, for the first aid kit, is it? Got a tarpaulin, like a rucksack, or rather a blanket, a rolled blanket, that is. But they do this very fine detailing, you know, they're very good at the subtle bits of detail. It's quite a nice sprue. And then we've got the weapons sprue. Check this out. Mauser rifle. You've got your daggers. There's a bipod there for the machine gun. And you've got your drinks canteens here. Binoculars. Get a bit closer. I think there's two different types of binoculars there. Look at those. Aren't those cool? Then we've got the German helmets. Potty type helmet. They're all moulded in one piece, which is nice. Quite nicely detailed. Good shaping. And over here we've got trenching tools. And you've got the bipod for the machine gun extended, opened out. Ammo pouches. And then over here we've got more drinks bottles, and we've got, looks like, I think it's a Luger, probably a Luger pistol in a holster. And then we've got the general carrying tin, which the Germans use, this corrugated tin. And then we get into the proper heavy machinery. Look at this, is the, I always get them mixed up, is that MG34 or MG42? I think it's 34. 42 is quite a big heavy thing to carry. Yeah, I think it's 34. Ammo boxes and a Schmeiser MP40. Look at that. Machine pistol. Fantastic. That's really cool. So some nice and more ammunition. And a clip. That's a spare clip. I'm not sure what that is actually. But what lovely pieces, you know. And there's the bipod. Fantastic pieces. And you know, as I say, you can buy these for £12 or less in the UK. Just isn't very much money, is it? You know, it's buy that cheaper than you can buy a Revell Reeboks Matchbox kit. Yeah, no, I'm not going to say anything against them, of course. The Matchbox part, anyway. But there's a lot of value there. You know, it's simple. You can make those guys up in a weekend. Well, you can make them, whether you can paint them all the weekend, I don't know. Maybe a bank holiday weekend, a long weekend. But aren't they nice pieces? That really is excellent. So, maybe a tiny bit of flash just here and there on some of the seams, and I thought the instructions could have been better actually about making those characters up. But for what it costs, that is a brilliant sort of entry level, if you like, to doing some figures. Great cheap way to get some right bang up to date, new moulded, quality figures with plenty of details. They don't come with any decals, do they? Did I check that? That's been a bit missing me. I just realised that in terms of the insignias, you see any decals? I missed them. Just double check. It's possible I missed something there. No, they don't. So I presume you just have to paint them on. Okay. Slight disappointment in that. I think I'm going to give it 9 out of 10. I think 9 out of 10 is fair. So I was kind of hoping that there was going to be some decals just for. Because Tammy, I usually do that for some of these like epaulets and things. Very good. Nice intro to building figures, and let you start practicing on some sort of non-critical stuff, you know. Quite an interest, and they go great with some, you know, dioramas with a knocked out tank where you got in the picture there after the battle scene. I think that's a really nice set, lovely artwork, Won't take too long to assemble. What's not to like? 9 out of 10 from me. Thank you very much, ICM. Really appreciate that. He's got quite a hair quiff, hasn't he, that soldier that's injured? But anyway, I'm only jealous. Anyway, hope you'll give me 10 out of 10 with a thumbs up. Give us a like. And stay tuned, because we've got lots of more interesting stuff coming along. I may or may not be returning with my beard, which I'm going to use some quick grow on and make sure it returns without delay. And and I hope you'll tune in for the next interesting presentations. We've got some nice kit coming from Japan. We've got nice kit coming from the UK via Airfix. Not made in the UK, that one, but that's going to be interesting. We've got all sorts of other stuff coming along, including another 1 or 2 ICM kits. So stay tuned. Thanks very much for joining me. Hope you'll look after yourselves, and until next time, thanks a lot, and bye for now.